And go.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
It's Tiffany.
And Trey.
Why do we say each
Each
other's
other's
names?
names. I'm Tiffany.
I'm Trey.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. So today we are going to talk about being black and dating, and being black and being married.
Yes.
And yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm the single one.
And I'm the married one.
Gosh. The dudes that are out here. Okay, nope, not going to do that. Tell
Right.
us, Tiffany, what it's like to be married as a black woman.
It is. I love being married. Let me just
that's
say
so
that.
sweet.
I do. I love being married, but it is hard.
Out there for a pimp. Hey.
It is hard work. Let me tell you something.
Tell us, tell us, tell us,
Marriage
tell us, tell us, tell us.
It's not for the weak.
No?
I'm going to tell you that right now. You must know who you're marrying before you marry them.
Like, is this one of those things where, like, because I mean, I've had experiences where I've dated guys and then they did something really dumb, like not put the toilet seat down, and I broke up with them.
Which is completely ludicrous to me.
Right, because you can't just walk away.
This
is
is
why
the
I'm not
thing.
married.
This is what I have
And this is why I don't have
discovered,
no kids
and it
either.
took me to get older
Mm-hmm.
to realize that everybody has issues.
True that.
Everybody, there's not one perfect person in this world.
Right.
And we as women are so quick to be like, well, he did that, well, he did that. Well, guess what? You suck too.
I suck.
It's the truth.
Okay.
Some women feel as though he should act this way and he should act that way. At the same time, you don't think men are thinking that too?
That's true.
Because they are.
Right.
The problem is two people get together, and whether it's, based on looks, or oh, he's so nice, or she's so nice, or they listen, he listens, she listens, blah 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 blah, whatever. However you get together, you know if you have a chemistry with someone, or if, especially a woman, because we can be kind of silly in the beginning about stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about.
Right. Like anything instantly could like send you into he's a
Right.
turn off. He
Or-
turned me off.
Or I'm so in love. He bought you a nugget meal. Like,
Oh no. No.
what?
That's it?
Like, right. There are some women out there like that. You cannot base your love on the nugget meal.
Well, I can say this. Like, sometimes you get caught up in the feeling of being with someone because like serotonin is released and you have this like, euphoric idea of how it's going to end up.
Right.
And then because I've lived with a man before and it turned out to be a disaster. And actually, we weren't dating per se, but there were things that we did that were boyfriend, girlfriend, like marriage type things,
And that's a sticky situation.
It was sticky.
that you gotta be careful of,
Right.
because
And I deserve better than
Yeah.
all of that because if I'm cooking for you, taking care of your son, doing all of these things, I need to be respected.
right.
And I need to have a big fatty ring on my finger. And, and I will say this too. I'm very capable of being introspective. And so if I feel like you're telling me something that I can improve on, I'm really going to try and work hard on doing that.
Right.
I think one of the things for me is that I'm 35 now and I'm completely stuck in my ways.
Yes.
And I would just rather have like a drive-by situation. I would rather. Don't be mad at me. I'd be like, so you can go home and I ain't got to talk to you no more.
And hey, if that's how you feel, that's cool.
Right.
But the problem with that is,
Ugh,
eventually
I'm
that's
gonna get
going
tired
to
of
get
it.
old. You're going to get tired of that. It's human
Mm.
nature to want to be with somebody. It just is. It's everybody wants somebody.
So tell us about Tim. Tim is
Oh,
Tiffany's husband,
dear
and he's
God.
actually like my one of my favorite people. Let me tell you the funniest story ever is Tiffany was having people over. And Tim comes home. He's like, "Man, I got this awesome deal on all these Coronas. Let's turn up."
He
And
loves
I'm
the
like,
beer.
because
Right.
me and him love to drink beer together.
Yes.
He takes out these Coronas. There were baby Coronas. He's like, "I got
He had a
36 for
fit.
$25." And he pulls out these little mugs. And I promise you, it was like 3 ounces of liquor or beer in each. I was
Yeah.
like, Tim,
He was so.
this is a fail, Tim.
It was.
This is a huge fail, Tim.
But y'all sat there and drank all of them.
Did we not drink? We
You
drank.
did.
We was.
36 beers?
I wish you could see their home. It is like the party palace. Is it not the fun? They
All in
have
the
fun.
garage. We do.
And so I love that about them. Like it's like a package deal.
It
It's
is.
like I get a Tim and a Tiffany.
Yes.
And it's equally as fun, whether he's there or not.
Yes.
And we call him Tim. Where you at?
Right.
Tim, put something on the
Because
grill.
he is a fun person.
He is so
Tim
fun.
and I actually met years ago as just friends.
Mhm.
And it wasn't, we had been friends for years through mutual people, had hung out all the time with all kinds of our mutual friends. And
Right.
it was never like that. And then eventually, we started dating and it, led into marriage. But he is fun. Like we have a lot in common. One thing is the fact that both of our parents, have been married 40 plus years apiece.
Mhm.
So that was huge for us because
You came
what better
from that
example
stock. Yeah.
than to look at your parents?
Right. My parents divorced.
So
That might be why I'm not married. Might have some new thing.
right. But
I have an awesome stepdad.
so that kind of helped us because we have such a good time together, and then we have some very not so good times.
Womp, womp, womp. But you can't just walk away.
You
so
can't.
there's something,
You cannot.
comforting
And
in knowing you have a partner.
It is, and I've always been the type of girl, because I do have my parents in my life, that it's just certain things I'm just not going to put up with, And my
Is she gonna
mom
tell us?
told
what it
me
is?
I am not. No, I will
That's
tell
the
you.
secret.
I will tell you.
Okay.
One thing I'm not going to tolerate is being beat. I also
Definitely.
don't tolerate cheating. No, 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 no.
So how would you handle that? Like, is that like is let's say cheating, for example, is that like a deal breaker, or is that
In
like
my
a
mind,
counseling situation?
It is. It's so funny because him and I had this conversation this morning because he works third shift. So when he got home this morning, we were sitting in the bed watching TV, and that subject came on. We was watching the ID channel. I know we are sick, but we love the ID channel. Like,
What are you watching on there?
we could like murder you and get away with it. But anyway,
See what I'm saying? I'm not coming to your
we
house
watch
anymore.
it together.
This chick got me on Walking Dead.
And you watched it faithfully and finished all 7 seasons.
I can't even believe it. I was hollering. I was like, "What you mean, Glenn's dead?" I'm texting her. Is Michonne gonna get pregnant or no?
She's ridiculous.
I know.
But we actually talked about this very thing this morning, and we were saying how it's easy to say, if you ever cheat, I'd leave. If you ever cheat, I'd leave. But you really don't know what you would do when it
Until it's
happens.
time.
It's just like he always says, you never know what you're going to do. Everybody would say, if the baby's drowning in the ocean, I'm going to jump in and save it. But do you really know that's what you're going to do?
Right.
Until it happens. You know, so for me personally, I do feel like cheating would be a deal breaker, only because I know myself well enough at this age to
Mm-hmm.
know that if you cheat, I
Mm-hmm.
don't think I would ever be able to
Trust
forgive
you.
you or trust you again. And that's not fair. It's not fair to
To
him
you.
or me.
Yeah.
Because if he cheats, let's say your man cheats once and, you know, he confesses, he tells you and everything, y'all go to counseling, it's all good. If you know that you're not the type that you're going to just hold on to that forever,
Mm-hmm.
then you're not actually forgiving him.
Right.
Eventually you have to forgive him and move past it and move on. If you know you can't do that, then don't stay with him.
Yeah. It's
That
deepy.
just makes for messiness later on.
For sure. Because it's always like,
It's always going to
and
be
then
there.
every time he does something similar to the feeling,
Yep.
like, here's a good example. Like, do you watch Housewives of the OC?
Sometimes.
Okay, so
Been
you
a while.
know, what's that chick's name? The blonde one with the kind of hot husband? He's hot. What's
It's
her
been a while
name?
since I've seen it. I used to watch it back in the
She's
day.
got blonde hair. Anyway.
They all have blonde hair in the
Oh yeah,
OC.
forgot. Basic. So she had a situation where her husband cheated on her, and then he, the next year, whatever, they somehow worked it out. They had like a
Mhm.
vow renewal.
Okay.
But then she like started gaining this weight. And let me tell you something. I was with someone on and off, and I started gaining weight. And the worst thing that you can do is remind them that they gaining
Yes.
weight.
No woman wants to hear that,
Nobody.
fellas.
I
Don't
didn't
do it.
change as far as like who I was to him, but my physical appearance changed because I had a serious condition. And even if I didn't, even if I want to eat up a whole bunch of shit, it's
Right.
my business.
Eat your shit, bitch.
Right. But he just could not. I mean, we're good friends now. And he told me that he wasn't attracted to me anymore. And that's just what it was. But I often say to myself, like, you do realize that you're balding and that you have gray hair and that you lost your job and that you don't have any money. So how come my one struggle of gaining weight, somehow I'm supposed to be okay with all your 17 struggles you done acquired in this
Right.
10 years? Boy, bye.
But at least he told you
He did.
the
And I
truth.
respect him, and
Yep.
don't he's gonna watch this because he subscribed to my channel.
We're
To the
talking
Melanin
about
Club.
you.
But the thing that I respect about him is that he's always there for me. Like, no matter what, he goes above and beyond and on, like, for things that friends just don't. I don't even have to ask him for shit.
Right.
Like, he's like, okay, somebody gonna come over your house and do this, or
Right.
I'm on the side of the road. I don't have, roadside assistance. All right, I'm gonna come change your tire. Like, or if I can't do it, I'm gonna send somebody to do
He's
it.
a good friend, not a good boyfriend.
Right, because we can't. I snore. He doesn't. He's like a light sleeper.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like we can't. But I love his dirty draws.
And that's cool.
Yeah, but not romantically.
No.
It's not romantic.
I also feel like one of the biggest problems in marriage, you not only have to it's easy to love your
Mhm.
spouse, you have to like them as well.
Right, right,
Because if you don't like your spouse,
right.
y'all got a problem.
Right, because there are things like I love, let's say, one of my stepbrothers, but I don't like the person that he is or
Right.
whatever, or your auntie.
Exactly.
Like, you're like, she all right, but I
Yeah.
know deep down in there
Exact
that
same
you
way.
ain't shit,
I love one of my aunties. Love her.
but I don't like
her.
you. Right.
It's just how it is.
That's true.
And in a relationship, especially a marriage, it has to be there. That part has to be there because, and the reason why I say it's easy to love them and not always easy to like them
Mm-hmm.
is because if you don't like them,
Mm-hmm.
then you're not going to want to be around them.
Right.
So how are you ever going to have that special me time bond or anything you all try to go do or it's never going to
It's
work
like an annoying.
because they're just annoying you and you're annoying them.
Yeah.
If y'all don't, and if you don't like each other, people can tell.
Yeah, they
People can see it. I don't care how fake you try to be when you're out with your friends and
because
out.
you're constantly giving
Because
them
you're
the stank.
yeah, yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
oh, he
Yeah.
said that again.
Right.
Dang.
You just shut up and get in the car.
Right.
Like, you know. So
Yeah.
you just it has to be there. Like my husband is one of my best friends because we have such a good time together.
Oh, I know. It's
We
so
do.
cute.
We have such a good time together. But it's also very important for him and I to have our own time.
Yeah. True.
You can't we're not
That
that couple that has to be together 24/7.
Every day. Yeah.
We don't even want to be together 24/7 all the time. We have a good time. We have so many mutual friends together. Like we hang around the same people, you know, a lot. But I do have people that I go. I have girls' night. You know, I have. You know, I'm gonna go eat lunch with Trey and drink a pitcher of margaritas. Just the two of us.
It was so freaking good.
It was. And he, you know, yeah, we both like sports and football and huge U of L fans, but they're, you know, we tailgate. We tailgate
know.
every
I wanna-
home game. But guess
When
what?
am I tailgating with you guys? I need to tailgate.
We'll have to wait till the next home game.
When's that?
I'll let you know.
Okay.
But I go down there with him. I tailgate. We have a good time. But I do not always go to the games. He gets season tickets. And people, you know, I've had somebody ask me, well, it doesn't bother you that he doesn't get you season tickets? No. Because that's his thing. That's his thing. That's his time. His brother's there. You know, his dad there. His godfather's there. Everybody's there. That's his time.
Right.
You know, once the tailgate's over, you know, I pack up. I go home. He goes to the game. He has some beers. He has some fun. That's what he does.
Right.
So I'm not going to, you know, every once in a while I'll go to the games, but I always make sure that he doesn't mind. Now,
Right.
I'm not saying that as to ask his permission, but it's almost like, you know, babe, is it cool? You know, you good with it this time? You know, we talk about stuff like that. You have to, and people think it could be an awkward conversation. No, because you have to talk about things like that. Because if I am just going, and after a while you're like, God, I can't even have my own time, but I don't know that. So tell me.
Give me a heads
That's
up,
the kind of stuff. It's just respect.
Right.
You gotta have respect for each other. So no, I don't go to the games all the time. Most of the time, I just let him go on and go and have his fun, and then I have my fun with him later.
You're just. Do you have a stripper pole in your room? This is what I mean. They're hilarious. Like, is this a stripper pole? She's like, oh yeah, just go in my
Just
bedroom.
step over it.
Just go in my bedroom and use it.
Is that
Are these mirrors?
red lights?
I'm no joke. I'm like, okay, I never tried none of this before. She gonna have to give us some lessons on all this.
I mean,
I love
it's
it.
marriage.
Like that's just fun, right? So for me, like I don't know. I seem to date like the weirdest dudes. Like, I mean, last dude, okay, he's like, let's have kids, let's get married, let's move in together. I'm like, this is just going a little too fast for me. What do you mean it's going too fast? It's like, no, dog. Like, I just want to like chill and listen to some music or one dude was like totally immature. You know, he was doing snapping at the at the waitress, dog.
None of that.
But you know what? He was
not.
a tall, beautiful glass of chocolate milk, honey.
Which is wonderful.
Right, but I couldn't get past
Yeah.
the immaturity.
Yes, and let me say this. This is also something that comes with maturity.
Mm-hmm.
When we were younger, a dude like that, we would have looked at and been like, good googly book.
Oh, I still look at it and think that.
And that's fine.
Yeah, but I think
once that side of that personality comes out, you know, as a grown woman, I'm not going to be able to do it.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. I don't care how fine he is. You will not act like that.
Honey, built like a German pony. Honey, stallion.
But with the
Clydesdale.
But with the attitude of Hitler, like I
right.
can't.
He was horrid,
cannot.
you guys.
I cannot.
If I could say his name, I would.
You
but
better
I'm not.
But I mean, it's the truth. That comes with maturity, though.
Have you ever sent dirty pics To your husband.
Well, of course.
This is new for me. See, because I didn't think you should do that.
To your husband? Or
to
just
your-
to anybody?
well, I mean, I don't have one.
Well,
so,
this is
obviously,
my thing on
I'm not
that.
sitting
I
at two
think some people
husbands.
have gotten the whole sexting thing out of control. Like
Yeah, you can't
nowadays,
send it to
you
like
have
your
to be careful doing
Tinders.
that because people
We'll put you out there.
screenshot that kind of stuff and send it out. Me, on the other hand, I feel like this.
I found that out yesterday.
If something was to ever happen between my husband and I, God forbid, we divorce, split up, whatever, and people turn and get spiteful, and he says, well, I'm going to send this picture out, blah, blah, blah. Guess what I'm going to say? Send it, nigga.
Because you know you bad.
Because I don't care.
That's what I'm saying.
And we were married, so I could do that.
Right.
I don't care.
Right. It's not like it was like you
Yeah.
was a side dude.
Right. Yeah, I was not your side chick. We were not together for, one night stand. So what? Send it.
So sending.
You ain't going to do nothing but...
Good. Makes me feel better about the
Right.
ones that I've sent out. Wait. Hold on. But why did I... Wait. But why did I send it to my sister on... Wait. But... And then
Check it
I'm
out,
trying
sis.
to delete. And I think I deleted it. And she said, oh, Lord, what's this? Oh, Lord. Well, that looks nice. Well, wait a minute. I said, oh, I didn't.
Right.
Because that's one. But she going to watch this. She going to be laughing. Tell them who you are in the downlink. Go ahead. Tell them
Right.
who you are, that I sent it. Damn. I was
Oh,
like, damn.
Lord.
Because sometimes it's like a slip.
Yeah. I just think it's sad when the young girls, like high school, they think that it's okay to do that.
Let me tell you something about
And
Miss.
then-
Let me tell you something about Miss Talia Marie. Let me find out. Okay, let me find out.
You know how
My
many
niece,
girls
ooh,
like
Lord.
have
She's only
committed
6 though.
suicide over that kind of stuff?
That's
Because
sad.
you thought you were in love and you sent this picture. I'm so glad technology was not the way it was when I was in high
I
school.
know.
I thank God every day there was no Facebook, Instagram,
For real.
any of that.
Like
when I
it was
in
like
school.
kind of popping when I was in college, but that's like
It's a
the
different
start
realm,
of it.
though.
And I am just.
Mm.
But okay, so being single for me is cool for right now because I do not have time to babysit a man child. And what's your conclusion on being married?
I just feel like you need to be ready.
Be ready.
to be married, both parties. And if
Put a
you
ring on it.
accepted the stuff that he did before you got married, please believe it's not gonna change
Oh.
when you get married. You can't change a person. A person has to want to
True.
change for you. My mother used to say, when you mold a man into what you want him to be, you ain't gonna want him no more.
Right.
And
Right.
that's the God's honest truth.
Is it?
It is.
Well, guys, the Melanin Club here again with some uncut, unfiltered chatter.
Just chatter. My
you
opinion.
know, don't be alarmed. We're
We're
Negroes. We just like to bring you a perspective from two lovely ladies that like to talk about things that are happening in the
Anything.
Black community.
Let's chat.
Yes, hit us up. Follow us. We're on Instagram. Are we on Facebook yet?
I don't
We're
think so.
here at 97 The Beat with 97thebeatfm.com. We come to their lovely studios to our lovely vidcast.
Yes.
And we are downtown Louisville today. It's beautiful, but it's
is.
cold.
It is. It's even
Yes.
colder in this building.
And yo, check out DJ Ice. He's one of my clients. Love him. His music is awesome. We'll put all of that information in the box below. And yeah, we'll see